Let's go to some comments. Let's start with Okeke. Should governments teach people what freedom means, or is it up to the people to call for freedom? In the particular context of South Africa, we are looking at a country that was for so long under the apartheid system. It's only now that some people are experiencing what you call freedom. And not only that, but there are also critics who say that the ANC itself has failed its people. The people who fought for that freedom have been let down by the same government that we're talking about.
You know, it is very interesting when you talk about freedom, because perhaps freedom means different things to different people. But there can also be a case that can also be honestly made that you cannot really be free or feel free on an empty stomach. There is no question, though, as former US President Barack Obama once said, that even with prosperity, without freedoms, it is a form of fundamental poverty. You need to be free. You need to be in a situation where you feel comfortable, in the sense that you can actually be part of the decision-making policies or programs that affect you and all the other South Africans or Africans or people for that matter. I think that when you think about how does freedom come about, I think the government has a fundamental responsibility. Especially this should be reflected in the educational curriculum. In other words, young people should grow up in schools being socialized in a way that they know what their political rights are, for example, that they are citizens, they have responsibilities and opportunities, that they are actually the primary stakeholders of their society. So the government should definitely, any government worth its salt really, it should be in a position where it introduces and provides civic education so that people can understand what their role is in society. And if they don't, civil society should be able to step in and do the needful. When it comes to power, though, power is not something, frankly, that you can expect to come or fall as manna from heaven. The Bible talks about manna from heaven. But in reality, power is something that has to be demanded. And you can demand it on the basis, for example, of mobilization and organization within the context of the, essentially, the blue document, the constitution that you have. And South Africa has those types of opportunities because it is a country, at least since it regained its political independence in 1994, it has actually recalled two presidents, two incumbent presidents, beginning with Thabo Mbeki, and later, of course, the man who succeeded him, Mushorozi, Jacob Zuma. And it depends, of course, on how Ramaphosa behaves, Cyril Ramaphosa. But Ramaphosa is the kind of gentleman that probably, if elected, will probably end up completing 2 terms.